in an axe throwing bar where I'm getting chased by a bear.
Alabama actually would be all four of them up there for me.
No, hold on.
The band's not counting.
That's a technical foul. I mean, I don't know how you don't have Hank Williams on this goddamn list.
Does your mama have the hots for Conway?
My mom, I mean,
These guys are in so much trouble.
oh, let's go. This is fun.
So now let's do the Oscars. And what do we think the Polymarket predictions are for score and original music? So give me the list for score.
The original score is Jerskin Fendrix for Begonia, Ludwig Göransson, Sinners, Alexander Desplat, Frankenstein, Max Richter for Hamnet, apologies for all the mispronunciations, and One Battle After Another, Johnny Greenwood.
I think it's Frankenstein against One Battle After Another.
I think Ludwig's taking it for Sinners.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay,
For Best Original Songs for the Oscars, we got Golden, which is the K-pop Demon Hunter song.
right.
I Lied to You, Sinners. Dear Me, which is a Diane Warren film. Train Dreams, and Sweet Dreams of Joy, Viva Verdi.
Wow, I think it's Sinners.
I think it's gonna be K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh my God!
I think it's gonna be K-pop Demon Hunters.
Really?
Yes, I think they got it.
All right, we're gonna see.
We're gonna see.
Okay,
But
We're
we
gonna
didn't,
do-
we, didn't
are we
mention,
gonna-
we didn't mention Polymarket there.
but we just mentioned Polymarket right
Before?
now.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna mention it.
We do this, as I've said, we started this on vacation. We go back and forth doing it all the time. And as you can see, there's generational divide here. And we just decided to do it with experts that know more about it than we do so that everybody can get a sense of kind of who would be on Mount Rushmore if we were talking about this. So the way we do it first, and then Jason, you guys introduce Luke, you introduce Jason, then we'll do criteria, and then what we do is you'll say your four. You'll say your four. Ben and I will say our four, and then out of the four of us, we have to pick four. And that will be
Our Rushmore.
our Rushmore.
Okay.
Okay?
So, ladies and gentlemen, my longtime friend and first guy that really I just spent multiple years on the road with, and
Who started first in music?
well, we probably started the same time, but he got his career going before me. And
I was probably ahead of you by like 2 years, maybe something like
but we were touring Georgia.
Right.
Right.
But
You didn't grow up together, though.
No.
we were vicinity, but
But we played a lot of the same bars
Right.
growing up. So we always joke about it's like one of us would go in to play a bar and it's like rip his poster down
And
and put my
You were
poster
like,
down.
aware.
Vice versa.
You were aware of each other.
Yeah, we kind of
yeah.
knew the names, knew who each other was, but had never met.
we kept a healthy distance at the time. But
How old were you at the time?
Gosh, I mean, so the first time I heard his name, I would have been 23,
And
right?
you always knew
22.
you wanted to be in music?
I was always, up until 25, I was 70-30 with music, but just not really ready to just completely jump out of the nest and take flight.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jason Aldean, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. That was amazing.
Well, he
intro,
interrupted me
bro.
from this
I want
long.
to ask a question. What was your favorite song that he did?
Well, what I really remember hearing his name the first time was when in college he had a song. Was it "Pretty Cowboy Lady"?
Cowboy Lady was the name of it.
Cowboy Lady, and I remember I was a little jealous because here was another Georgia guy with kind of an original song that a lot of my fraternity brothers were really listening to. I wasn't jealous, but I was like...
Which it was kind of like a regional underground kind of hit. It wasn't like a big hit or anything.
Right.
But in Georgia, you know, we would play it live and things like that. So it kind of got a little bit of...
Little traction.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. So, in the college towns especially.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
let's go. This is fun.
ladies and gentlemen, multi-award-winning singer-songwriter, one of my best friends for the last 20-something years. I don't even know how long. We've done a lot of stuff together, business partners and things.
You have that business partnership in that outdoor hunting business.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
What's the name of that?
Buck Commander.
yeah, Buck Commander. We've
Well,
done.
I've not been invited, neither has Ben, but we're expecting
Well,
you to
we-
invite
Hey,
out.
we can fix that. We can fix that. But this is the one and only. He's also the host of American Idol, Mr. Luke Bryan, right here.
Hey,
Everybody.
there we go.
Yes.
Judge of American
And I
Idol.
want to ask you a question.
Host,
said
judge,
host,
same
judge.
thing.
What was
You should be the host
What
and
was
the judge.
What was the one song that you heard of his? You're like, damn.
Luke had a song off his first record that was it your first single?
It was second single.
Second single. So he had
I'm
a
glad
song.
you knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so it was a song off his first album called "We Rode in Trucks," and it was like part of the Buck Commander. Like Buck Commander used it for some stuff, and then I just remember listening to that song, being like, "Man, that is." You know, I mean, we're from the same part of the world. We're both from Georgia. We both grew up.
So
listening to-
inadvertently, a lot of songs that we've sang through the years really spoke to us. And there were really cool moments about our friendship through the years that me personally, and he's probably the same way, we learned really quick that we weren't in like direct competition. We were,
Yeah.
and one of the moments was I was opening for him, and I walked in and I said, man, I just got nominated for ACM New Artist of the Year. And man, he shot 5 feet out of the chair, starts doing shots, and you know,
It's kind of my way of celebrating everything.
yeah. But and I hope that that moment, I even think I called some of my people and I was like, Jason Aldean is a badass dude. He's not.
He's actually a friend.
He's actually a friend, and he's cheering for me, and it's really been that way.
I remember one of the award shows, you were nominated, but you didn't get a performance slot or something. And I remember going, well, shit, just come out and perform with us. We got a performance slot, so I think you came out and did My Kind of Party with us on the award show just because he didn't get a slot.
Yeah, I was getting nominated, but wasn't having the,
It was early. It was still early.
Right.
Ben's a music manager. He had 6 nominations in the Grammys. Didn't win for his clients.
And we lost them all.
His clients lost them all.
Same.
But I want to say the
for
following.
5 or
Do you
something.
think that's different for country music than it is for kind of pop? The friendships in country are different? Or do you think, because it seems like it is different in country.
I think they're better.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I also think really this town's kind of small when you move here. I mean, when you come to town, we both kind of moved to town as songwriters and, did the songwriting thing for years, and you kind of get to know a lot of people in the business. You get to know up and coming artists, and so it's funny, man. You start getting a record deal and you start making your records as a new artist, and then all of a sudden your buddies are getting record deals, and you kind of come up in the business together. I feel like, and so I don't really know how the pop world works so much, but I know in this business, I mean, I think it's, for the most part, I think everybody kind of pulls for each other. Like we're all after the same thing.
One of the best examples when now, I mean, he and I, I think there's a lot of, we've obviously been left out of a lot of the Grammy considerations, maybe unfairly in our career, which that's a whole nother podcast. But we used to go.
We can go there here.
But we used to go to the American Music Awards a lot.
Yeah.
And when the big stars out there. Now at the time, he and I were the biggest artists really representing country music at the American Music Awards. Well, when the big stars would just clear the backstage, shut everybody down, roll in, it's the CMAs. We're all out
In each other's
in
dressing
each
rooms,
other's
hanging out, and it's just a
dressing
different
rooms.
vibe.
I mean,
Definitely
we were famous for having the dressing room that had all the booze. So we would, anytime in country when you have another country actor come in that may have 13 bodyguards around them and don't look them in the eye. We were always kind of like,
What's going on
Which
here?
one of us do you think is going to jump on you? Like,
yeah.
so confused.
But that's what we can realize. That's what I notice is a difference.
Yeah.
And there's been even behind the scenes stuff in country where we're on big group chats where we're checking on another artist that may be
Making sure that everybody's okay.
having a rough go.
Yeah.
Having a little down, down
course.
period.
Yeah.
So
Also, a country specifically, like you guys are literally celebrating each other's records. You're covering each other's records a lot more than in a lot of other genres. So I think even just structurally, there's support.
Well, I think, our thing is like there's room for everybody. You want to see your friends do well. You want to see
Well, you want the
everybody
whole
succeed.
that end of the industry to grow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's like any industry. I mean, there's probably certain artists we're like, but for the most part, we got our guys.
You want to go over that?
It's like,
Exactly.
no, I mean, we don't have to do that, but for the most part, I mean, everybody, your friends, you want to see them do well, and you kind of pull for everybody.
Yeah.
I think.
All right, so we're now going to do criteria.
Ooh.
Okay. So you want to?
Sure.
What do you guys think criteria should be for
that's a good question.
this
Go ahead.
Mount Rushmore?
I just think it should be obviously impact what their career, what kind of impact their career had on the era they were in, where they were making a lot of music, and also the impact it had on new artists. I think moving forward,
Right.
and influence and those kind of things. I mean, I think that's the
Jimmy
biggest.
Iovine would also say fashion, but that's okay.
I don't think you got to
Did
worry
he say
about.
fashion?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't have put that one in there, Jimmy.
right. I never appreciated.
But impact, yeah.
I mean, clearly, fashion forward guys right here.
But I think criteria. I think a big thing for me is what my first introduction into music was, which essentially came through kind of my parents and my household and my brother and sister. And then, I think just.
So it's not Grammys, it's not country, it's not awards, actually.
No.
I never even considered that.
Because I think award shows to me, awards, it's just very subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Political.
You got it's very political, very subjective of who you may think this person should win. I think that person should. You know what I'm saying? So to me, awards don't really carry a lot of weight. They're nice to have, and they're nice to shine up and put on your mantle and show them
You
off.
got any more criteria than that? That's
I think the main one is that we try as much as you can to remove your own bias. So this list shouldn't be your 4 favorites. It should be the 4 greatest. That is like
Not my 4.
Not your 4. Who are like the goal
All right,
isn't.
I'm gonna have to change.
The goal
on the
isn't.
fly.
Of course, it's impossible to divorce our subjectivity entirely. But the goal is like who should be on Rushmore.
Oh, all right.
It still doesn't really change my.
Okay.
You don't think it changes yours?
I don't think
You
so.
wanna- so we're going to
perfectly
come back to
aligned
you. You can start.
I just
You go.
rip
You
off
rip off
4.
and you can talk about the 4, kind of why you think, but your 4.
I think number 1 for me would have to be George Strait. I just think, like his influence that he's had on just from the time he came out. I mean, I think everything he's done and the influence he's had on like artists that came after him. I just think he's an icon. I don't know how you leave him off of that.
What was the first one you heard of George Strait's song?
First George Strait song I heard was probably Amarillo by Morning.
Same.
I think was
Wow.
the first one. And, pretty much, how many number ones he at? 60?
A lot.
He's at 60 and
Oh yeah,
a lot more than
we
us.
just said, like award slash like.
well, the only reason why we know
Right.
that is
Yeah, but sales is different than awards. Sales is
Yeah,
objective.
I feel like sales and like when
Okay.
you're having hits, to me that's a little
Okay,
different.
agree.
that's
I
a good
agree.
thing. We should
Sales-
add that to
well,
criteria.
another thing too is at George's age, he could literally just go sell stadiums out, present day, right now,
anytime
Yeah.
anytime.
Wow.
in any state in the country.
Right. And he authentically stayed himself
Throughout.
from
Yeah.
start to finish.
Okay, that's number 1.
So that's my number 1. Number 2 would be the band Alabama, which is my favorite of all time, but they're also the best country music band of all time. I think that's just hands down the
Oh,
way
wait a
that
second.
is.
That's a penalty right there.
'Cause it's a band?
It's a band. We
It's
said
got to. You
It's gotta be a
got
song.
No, hold on. That's a technical foul. Okay?
So it has
So
to be
it has to be
individual
solo
artists.
artists.
Okay.
Solo artist. It was
You
a.
know what? Did we say solo country artist? We will now. We will
I
now.
just changed the
See, that,
goddamn
I
list.
got two. So I'm having to. He's having to. All right,
You
you got
gotta
to
change
change
so
on
much of your list.
Well, I got to change two of them.
Okay. All right.
But we can come back.
Alabama
we
still
can-
gets the
we-
shout, but
we-
this
we
is
can
solo.
come back and do
talk
band.
about the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alabama actually would be all four of them up there for me. But
Okay, Jason's done with his.
we got
We're
it.
moving
Yeah.
on.
Sorry, Jason.
We'll go Merle Haggard. I think Haggard, one of the best singer-songwriters. Just his voice, I still think like
Right.
he's got one of the best country music singing voices of all time. His songwriting was another level, and another guy that just had a long career, influenced a lot of people that came after him. So yeah, I mean, I think Haggard's got to be on there. I think you got to throw Dolly on there too. Dolly Parton. I think she just
First
kinda,
one that we matched up on. Okay.
I think she just changed the game for females and just in general, a great songwriter, written some of the most iconic songs of
Ever.
her generation, our generation. Like, it's crazy. So Dolly's got to be on there. And then you guys threw me with the band thing, so I got to go back to the.
You got one more
Well,
left.
I'm thinking
I can pick up. He and I are.
Keith Whitley maybe would be another one.
Oh man,
Wow.
the greatest. He's the greatest.
Keith Whitley, maybe the best country music singer there's ever been. Unfortunately, he just wasn't
I
around
got-
long enough, really. But
All right, so
So that's your four. You're sticking with it.
I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
I need to think about my fourth. Keith
So
Whitley's
we're
a pretty
go
good
back
one.
to-
together when we Merle was my addition that I just made. And my Merle, what's cool about why Merle was not a household artist for me. My dad and parents weren't blaring like the deep Merle Haggard cuts. Merle was big for me because I found him on my own in my late teens
Without your parents.
without my parents.
Wow.
The reason why I found Merle was I had freedom in a truck to go driving and go buy. And so I say that what's cool is I'm watching my 17-year-old son now. I get in his truck and he's discovering, the early 90s, like he's learning that now. Like I learned Merle
Yeah.
when I was in the mid 90s, what Merle was doing. So when you really just go back to songwriting, his life's legacy, his guitar playing, his singing, top to bottom, but I'd say Conway Twitty for me.
Did you know Merle?
Of course.
So Conway Twitty is a big one for me.
Yeah.
Why?
He was just.
Did you find him through your parents or by yourself?
I had him my whole life. I knew him as
Does your mama have the hots for Conway?
my mom. When you think
I feel like my aunt had biggest crush on Conway.
Well, when you think about Hello Darling, him, when you talk about Southern ladies, I thought the fact that he could get away with what he was saying,
Was
the sexual innuendos.
Could he get away with it now?
He would get canceled now.
Yeah.
he also had how many hits? Like
Well, he had 45 number ones consecutively in a row. I think he finished up with 55.
he's maybe just after George.
And he
George
died,
Strait.
He's up
he
there.
died probably, I think he died at 58. He had an aneurysm. He was probably had some more in the tank. But when you look at him,
And also started in rock and roll first.
right, he started in, I think when you look at like just powerhouse, like,
Writing.
sing the pants off of women.
Whoever he wanted to.
Right, when he hit the mic, he was it.
Yeah.
He was it.
Okay.
So we got Merle, we got
Conway.
We're in with George too. I'm changing. I would do next. I would say Alan Jackson.
Wow. I don't have anybody on my list except one. I think.
Well, Alan Jackson for me,
George
he was
Strait
a
was Alan.
Georgia guy, and he sang. He just was right down the pipe. Commercial country, but was country. He just spoke my language. When I heard Chattahoochee for the first time,
that was Georgia all the way.
that was this guy is singing to me and all my buddies, and Chattahoochee was just
It
was just as big as it gets. So I said Merle, Conway. Oh God,
The fourth one's always the hardest. Always.
Fourth one.
Not George Strait?
Well,
I'm stunned.
Oh,
But,
first
hey,
fight.
no,
It's
I'm
the first
kinda-
fight between
No,
friends here.
but this is
no,
your
because
thing.
I'm hearing you. I'm kind of
You're
Y'all
trying
making
to
different
offer a
ones?
different list.
a little bit, but I said I'm in agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but we can talk about.
We're gonna
others,
get to the
right?
four for
stunned.
all four of us.
See, we got to do it different. We got to do different because George is going to be in the final.
That's
four.
fair. That's a fair approach.
Well, he's actually saying, that's another technical foul.
I'll
He's
tell you-
actually saying it without saying it. He's
Tell you
he's
one of-
picking five.
One of mine that is Millsap, too.
That's mine, Ronnie Millsap. So if he gets
That's-
George, we'll go.
As long as Millsap's on the list, I'm
Millsap
good.
was my fourth.
I was going back and forth between him and Keith Whitley,
But
but
there's two. We got two that he and I are going to agree on.
Okay.
That are problems, but we could do after this is we could do a country music bands and duos really quickly. But
down, we do
so
it.
Ronnie Millsap for me
Yeah.
is historically been.
No, we're gonna come back and right
Why
before
Ronnie?
the summer, and we're gonna play golf, and then we're gonna do.
Well,
bands.
Ronnie was kind of the first. He was kind of the first country singer.
kind of R&B, like
That
a little
got-
pop, had horns in his music and
Yeah,
stuff.
that got really punished almost for sounding pop.
In the
In country,
community.
he was so.
Went too pop and got.
He was one of the first guys that like really challenged
He,
it.
he did
Wait.
the other side of it.
He changed the sound. I mean, he just didn't have when a lot of guys were doing the sort of right down the middle, old school, traditional country. He was a little more pop leaning and had.
Because of him, did it get more? Even though he got punished, did it get more forgiving in this community?
Oh,
Oh,
totally.
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I think no
Hell, I
matter-
wouldn't stand a chance. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the reason why Jason and I have had in our careers is we challenged a little bit of that.
Yeah, and he
I
broke
think-
the ground there.
I think he challenged
Definitely
it
one
back
of the
then.
guys
Even
that did
Conway challenged it. I think, George Strait challenged kind of the Nashville system by being a Texas guy. So I think to really make to catch eyeballs and ears, you've got to challenge things.
Yeah.
You've got to be interestingly different.
Yeah, which even Merle in California, or like bringing something different.
Yeah, he had a little
Yeah.
bit of a California sound.
All right,
that,
let's hear your shitty list.
And there's
Fuck
one,
you.
there's one that we're forgetting. That's another one, but it's probably going to be on one of y'all.
I bet it'll be on one of ours.
I'll predict that Kenny Rogers is on one of y'all's.
Well, I will tell you, we were just talking about this when we drove over here. The first time I was 16, I heard country music, because I'm from Chicago, was Kenny Rogers.
Yep.
Right? That was the first time I was exposed to country. I was like, this is incredible, right? And then it started becoming some of the music I listened to.
well, and Kenny was.
So is Kenny on your list?
No, Kenny is not on.
Dude, he was one of the biggest
Oh, he
artists
was incredible.
in
Yeah,
all
how
music
are we
in the
not
late
even thinking
70s,
about it?
80s.
We're idiots.
There's plenty when I hit my list that we are not talking
There's
about.
Garth who changed the
Oh,
game
no,
too.
okay,
So
no, you
All right,
can't
here
hear
goes.
it. Six
Go.
already.
All right, I'm saying George Strait.
I like where your head's at.
I'm saying Johnny Cash.
Okay.
I think that I'm sure there's an argument as to why maybe it isn't fundamentally country in certain ways or fundamentally a country artist, but I think that Johnny Cash did something that's
What do you
necessary.
mean? Johnny Cash is definitely country.
Well,
Yes.
it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
a country
Yeah,
artist.
you're not going to get any.
You're not
Right,
getting
I
any
mean,
pushback on
yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Cash.
I mean, he's Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Also,
You can't go wrong with
You
the pick.
can't
I
go
mean,
wrong with Johnny Cash.
Also, I think that if you become such an icon that you can dress like you know what I mean? That starts to be like iconography starts looking like you.
You're not Jimmy Iovine on the
Yeah,
list,
that's what
okay.
I'm saying is Jimmy.
I'm a
Iovine.
fashion guy.
So yeah.
As you can tell by my quarter zip.
We need a matcha. Matcha.
I'm saying Dolly.
Yep.
Also, just songwriting that has transcended country music. Yeah, she's just the greatest.
Yeah.
And irreverent and hilarious and self-aware. And
You're fourth.
fourth, I mean, I had Keith on my list, and you just put it back, and makes me want to put Keith Whitley back on the list. But I think I'm going to put. I think I'm going to put Merle Haggard because we have very similar lists. Because just the Merle story. I mean, music, songwriting alone, and artistry alone, of course. But then the story is unbelievable. Like Merle in jail, watching Johnny perform for him, coming back out, like outlaw country in its finest, I think. I mean, yeah, Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson too, but I think Merle, tried and true.
I went so basic, it's crazy. So I went. I mean, I don't know how you don't have Hank Williams on this goddamn list. He's Shakespeare. I mean,
You're right.
And he's George Washington.
You're right.
Okay?
You're right.
What are we talking
Can't
about?
go
here?
wrong with that pick either.
I mean, he was on the boat. What are we doing here, guys?
Well, see, here, Jason.
I mean, you guys are the guys. You're the experts.
But Jason and I, we're
just
he and I
modern.
screwed up.
Okay.
I think that was a
Because-
little.
How are you not
Because
doing
we're
that?
making our Rushmore that shaped our lives.
Well,
But
you guys are coming.
If you don't have Hank Williams,
We get it.
He's George Washington. Man,
He was a little before. It seems like George Washington, like 100 years before I was born.
I would have liked to seen you if we're riding with our girl that we're trying to impress.
I understand,
And like,
but we're
here,
talking-
honey bunny, let's make out to a little Hank.
Well,
singing.
yeah,
wait a second.
Lonesome
Yeah.
Blues.
Wait a second. You know what's on Rushmore, right? There's George. You want me to keep on going
Yeah,
down?
keep
that
going.
way?
I got you. I got you.
There's Lincoln.
Or there's at least two of them.
It would have been Hank Jr. more so for me, probably.
I had Johnny Cash.
Yep.
Okay.
And you don't have to ever
Justify Johnny.
justify Johnny Cash. I had Dolly.
Oh, don't have to really justify
No.
that.
Okay. So then my fourth. This is. I have so many lists of my fourth. So I have to. I could go more modern, but I went with Willie Nelson.
That's a great answer.
You know, I mean, how do you? And I was going to go with the guy that introduced me to country music, but you know, the longevity of Willie Nelson and what he stands for, and his popularity and
Songwriting alone.
songwriting alone, and he went back and forth between kind of. It wasn't just country. He kind of hit the whole world of kind of like exposed it to country music. So
One thing I like about him too is, you know,
he got high a lot. I like that about him.
well, it kind of goes hand in hand with what I'm going to say. He kind of did things his way, and another guy that kind of bucked the Nashville system a little bit and just kind of did his own thing, and you know,
And he's still kicking.
been around for
Well, I mean, I
50
think,
years or more.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at American trends, I mean, when you start talking about Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson, I mean, those are American icons, music icons.
Yeah.
Almost to the point to where, you know, they inadvertently.
They
and
started
Dolly,
here,
too.
but they.
Well, they started in country, but it's
Yeah.
almost like, you know, do you see, how do you see Elvis? How do
Well,
you
Elvis
the
could be on the
Eagles.
list.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, when you're thinking about it, he's on my list.
Well,
I mean, I just didn't
But
like.
do people remember him as a country
That's a
idol?
very.
That's why I didn't do it.
Well, this is gonna get a bloodbath.
But you
This
could,
is about to be-
you could have put because he started in country here. I mean, you could have put Elvis on that list, and then he went. You know, he became Elvis.
Yeah, I just don't think he made his mark in this business.
I agree
And it
with
was
that.
always leaning blues enough.
I
then, too,
agree with that.
All right.
And I would have liked to have seen you guys do his dance.
All right,
Y'all
now we got our final four.
Okay.
It seems like
Dolly Parton.
Dolly's on every Dolly's on 3 of the 4 lists.
Well, I think Dolly and Merle.
I can't even believe Hank Williams is not on this list. I mean, are you guys serious?
it's a fair
It's
argument.
George Washington.
Or Jimmy Rogers actually would have been George Washington if we want to go back that far.
So Dolly's on the list.
Dolly, Merle is on 3 of our lists. So Merle, it feels like Merle's got to be on there too.
Not
It's
on
got to
my
be
list.
Merle or Willie probably, if like in that.
I think
world.
you're probably right. I think you got to go with Merle.
Oh, I
I'm the only
know.
one-
Me and
I'm the
Jason.
only one that said Willie, and
I just don't think there's any wrong answers. They're all.
No,
Yeah,
This is why it's so.
Amazing.
This is why it's so.
Yeah.
that's why it's so hard.
Every answer besides Ari's is wrong.
Yeah,
is what you'll realize.
My list is the best list, as
I
always.
think it's.
Because you didn't have, none of you had Willie on your list.
No.
None of us had Willie, and none of us had Hank,
Love
which
Willie.
is sacrilegious, but.
It is sacrilegious. We could have an asterisk if you guys want, because you're too old. Okay.
See, you done.
So who
I mean, George Strait was on.
George Strait.
Was on two
but
of
then
us.
you had an
Luke-
asterisk. You kind of wanted to put it on, but
Well, let's just say
when's the first time you guys saw or kind of were exposed to George?
George Strait.
Yeah.
I don't remember a time where I wasn't.
I mean, that's what I was going to say.
I don't
mean,
remember a
can't-
time where.
When did he get huge? Like 81, 82?
Man, 81 was when he started the meteoric.
What was the
Well,
song
it
that
came
kind
out in
of
the late
What was
70s.
that? What was the song?
I would
Unwound was his first one.
Yeah,
I think.
Unwound, and then you get into Let's Fall to Pieces Together, and then you get into
On the plane, we're going to listen to this.
But
And
Unwound to
then
me,
you-
it was the first single. That was like a top 10 record
And then you
immediately,
got
right?
you get into
Roll
you
About
got
Water.
to have
And
a
he crossed over.
nation hold.
And he crossed over.
Then he did a movie, Pure Country. That soundtrack
Well, but then
was huge.
when you look into You Look So Good in Love, and you look
So I want to ask you a question. So when he started to now, when you guys look at it, what's the difference in where country was and where it's going from your perspective? Is it because like pop has come into it and other things have come into it, or is it like it's just the same? And I mean, the marketplace is so much bigger now.
well, I think when you look at early '80s. When you look at early '80s versus now, I mean, no one was even considering country music artists to be stadium acts.
Yeah, that's true.
To be
That's a good point.
when you look at, and none of us have mentioned Garth, but Garth made
yeah.
stadiums like
You know, Garth could be on the goddamn.
Did Garth do stadiums
no.
before George?
yes.
Uh,
Well,
Because I always think about George as like the stadium.
George kind of pioneered the outdoor stadium day,
Yeah.
where George would have 5 or 6 acts going on, and then
Yeah.
I mean, Garth was selling out 6 nights, 7 nights in a row of the
his
same
own.
stadium.
going over to Europe and selling out stadiums. and like, oh,
Garth was selling stadiums. Like I said, I mean, I think he sold.
So why doesn't Garth make your guys' list?
We're gonna
I
get
think
these,
for me-
these guys are in so much trouble. when they get out, when they're there.
I think for me, Garth, like the reason that I would put him on there is
Wouldn't or would?
that I would include him is more for the live aspect, like what he brought. Like if you go watch one of our shows now, you know, and you see the lighting and the pyro and all this stuff. Garth was kind of the guy that brought that into country music.
Yeah.
That was like, all right, hey, we
As a
can
showman,
do,
like
it's
as a
rock and
showman.
roll. It's a rock and roll
add
show.
somebody that hasn't been on one of the
No,
lists.
we're just having a
You're
conversation. We're just having a conversation.
breaking all
Some
the
people do
goddamn-
it. Some people do it sometimes.
Okay.
They talk.
And Garth had some great songs too, but I think for me, what makes him stand out to me is the live
The
part of
entertainer.
it. Yeah, the entertainment part.
Yeah.
He's definitely the Rushmore of entertainer.
Yes.
Yeah.
All, not only just country music.
Potentially,
all.
yes,
I mean,
correct.
it was incredible.
So
Correct.
are we all fine? We got Dolly, we got Merle, and we fine putting George as number 3 right now?
I think you guys, because there's two and a half that had him on his list. Because you did have him on the
Problem
list.
here is we got one spot left, and we have Johnny Cash and Hank Williams and Willie Nelson and Conway all.
I don't know how Johnny Cash cannot not make this. I mean, that's impossible.
I mean, I feel pretty good. I picked 3 of the 4. I mean, you guys can battle it out for this last one.
I think we just put Alabama on the list.
I love it.
Well,
Scratch everybody and just put the whole band up there, all 4 of them.
you did pick 2 guys that grew up 90 miles from one another.
Yeah.
You didn't. Yeah.
No, you have to put Johnny Cash on this list.
I think you're right.
You have to.
I think you're right.
If I don't get Hank Williams, I better get Johnny Cash.
We cannot put Johnny on the list.
You can't go wrong with Johnny Cash. I mean, he's one of those guys that I think musically he's an icon. He's also a guy, he's kind of like Willie. you can just have a picture of the guy and you just go. I mean, you can just look at the picture, never hear him sing, and go, he's a badass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, when you walk around Nashville and 90% of the cafes,
murals on the side.
murals, yeah, that's the thing. You know, I got a mural somewhere of me in an axe throwing bar where I'm getting chased by a bear.
Well, I actually think there's what bar is that?
That's our cold open. That's just a cold open.
It's an axe throwing bar, and then
I don't know. It makes me want to put a mural
Is
at my house.
that part of your outdoor hunting? The axe throwing?
oh, well, I think I told her anyway. I don't know how I wound up at that bar.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't realize this would be this tricky.
Oh,
It's hard.
This is tricky.
It's really hard.
And it's really hard for you guys because you understand it on a deeper level. You have real relationships.
You know, when I hear you bring up, and then listen. I mean, Hank Williams Jr., man, if you grew up in the southeast part of the United States, he was a true legend. Yeah. I mean, he is. And you know,
Hell, you can still go into any convenience store in the southeast. They probably got a Hank Williams Jr. shot glass or something
or a
in
Bo
there.
Cephas trucker hat.
Yeah.
Bo Cephas trucker hat. So it's a really.
You want to do 5 on Mount Rushmore?
Well, here's what we ought to
Let's just do our top 10, okay?
Well, you know what always broke my heart, and Jason and I, you know, there's 2 singers that shaped our lives, and it's Randy Owen, the lead singer of Alabama, and Ronnie Dunn of Brooks and Dunn. I mean, when you look at those,
in what respect did
well, the reason here's what it's a shame that those 2 guys never got to stand on stage and be called the vocalist of the year, or you know, because Ronnie Dunn, I mean, since his birth into the industry, I don't think anybody sang as good as him for, you know, while him and Kix were on top of their game. So the fact that they get, you know, kind of in a duo category where they may get left out of entertainers of the year and stuff like that, in country's a little bit, you know, I've always wished.
You know, that's a great one. Best vocals. Because then it's kind of like you can talk about
George Jones.
Yeah, we didn't
even mention George.
You know, you're doing this again. You're adding people to this list.
Yeah, but we got
our 4. So our final 4 is Dolly Parton, Merle Haggard, George Strait, and Johnny Cash.
Well, I had 2 of them. I didn't get 3.
I'm happy with the list.
I don't know how you don't put George Strait in it. I mean,
You have to.
Yeah, I don't know how he's not like
Who?
George Strait. I don't know how
He's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So-
That's the list. We're sticking by it.
Feel good about it.
I love it. Thank you very much.
We'll do groups
bands next. Come on down.
Bands. Now you're talking my language for real.
Okay. Thanks,
that's the-
guys. That's Mount Rushmore of.
Greatest country artist ever.
Yeah, exactly.
you
So
go.
thank you very much.
That was easy.
Well, thanks.
You just said it was hard.
For the length of time.
Thanks for having
We
us.
got
man.
time to go to the bar.
Yeah.